Rossi takes pole position in the Force India. Josh is second on the super softs, 2/10 back. Then Tuszmusz, then Grumpy, then MorzamanKing in fifth. We got Oogie and Sambamkid, two of the title contenders, right next to each other on different tyre compounds. And Fanis got himself up to 8th with his last lap. So three of the title contenders will start right next to each other. WarrenHague in 9th, Spud in 10th, Nitrogash in 11th, RDO in 12th, and Gamefreaker in 13th. So they're going to go for the different strategy. And we lost FragglePaul, who's left the session. And now we're going to see the grid line up for the final race of the season. We've seen some dramatic races in Formula Performance since I started commentating this division. Saw Fanis' win in Bahrain, that last gasp win for WarrenHague in Belgium, among other things. But now the nerves build, the tension, you can feel it in the stands. Former champion Datsaboy watching on. So the 5 red lights, and we are set to go, and here we go, the final round of the season. Rossi cuts across Josh to take the first corner. Oh, and Grumpy's hit the back of someone, and Torosso Tuszmusz forced off MorzamanKing. I think everyone's got through okay. And oh no, Spud has spun to the back. Thought I saw a bit of contact, so Rossi heads into sector 1 in the lead of the race. So let's see where the title contenders are. Sambamkid's moved up, is up to 5th. All the two Saubers going deep, and now Fanis and Oogie alongside each other. But no, Turn takes the place, but can Fanis get the drag from behind? Oh, now the top two. Fanis taking the outside. Doesn't want any contact with anybody. And now Fanis still looking to challenge his title rival. Will he go for the challenge? No, he won't. Let's go back to the front. Josh has taken the lead from Rossi. It's going to be difficult to head everybody. And then Rossi's in second, looking to challenge. MorzamanKing's in third. Sambamkid's up to 4th. But as it stands, it's not enough for him to win the championship. Tuszmusz in 5th, struggling a little bit at the start. Fanis has got ahead of Oogie. Oh, and Renault spins. I think that was Gamefreaker, one of the title contenders. And Oogie's hit the wall. Oh no. I think he's lost his wing as well. He's lost half of it. What a disaster for Oogie. Red damage, he pits. So Josh leading from Rossi. We saw some incidents there. Gamefreaker affected, and so was Oogie. I think he got touched by RDO, I believe. And oh no, it was Hague apparently. And Fanis is running in 6th. Nitrogash 7th. Gamefreaker in 8th. And Spud makes up the top 10. Oh, and Tuszmusz nearly losing it coming out of the pit lane, followed by WarrenHague. I think WarrenHague lost his wing as well. Oh, and Tuszmusz retires. What on earth? We could have an early safety car here. I just want it. Yeah, it looks like Tuszmusz lost it in the sector 1. Let's go back to the front for now, and Rossi challenging for the lead of the race. Goes round the outside, end of sector 2, and Rossi superbly takes the lead. Great stuff. Sambamkid nearly getting into contact with MorzamanKing. So it's Rossi, Josh, MorzamanKing, Sambamkid. Tuszmusz leaves the session. He crashed out at the end of sector 1. And now Fanis having a little look at Grumpy. But at the moment, Sambamkid's got 8 points and Fanis has 5. So as it stands, Fanis is winning the championship. And Rossi sets the fastest lap, early pace in the race. But now DRS is active, so we're going to see some activity in the race. And Tuszmusz has rejoined, even though he crashed out. Not sure why. Oogie running in last. RDO 12th, so 2 of the title contenders are outside the points. RDO's 11 points behind, and Oogie's led the championship for so many rounds. Now let's have a look then. Rossi under attack from the Williams of Josh. In the background we see Fanis challenging. I think we could see some challenges here now. Look at Josh looking for a move on the outside. Oh, can he hold it? Oh, and there's contact with Rossi. Rossi loses race. And I do believe that Fanis got past the Ferrari. Yes, he has. He's got past the Ferrari. Grumpy moves up to 5th, and now Sambamkid, his closest rival in the race and probably the championship right now, is up ahead of him in 4th. Now Sambamkid, he'll be desperate, absolutely desperate to try and get ahead of MorzamanKing, get into the podium, but it's not enough for him. Right now Fanis has had a superb start to this race. Now the top 3, look how close this is. I mean, I tell you what, when I had my first season I said Abu Dhabi's a season finale, you're having a laugh, but I've been proven wrong over these last 2 seasons. It is a great track for a season finale, and long may it continue. I don't mind being proven wrong. Oh, and Josh takes a slightly deeper line, that allows Rossi to get right back on him. Is he going to go for a move into turn 1? Nope, not close enough. MorzamanKing right behind him. Oh, and Josh goes slightly wide up ahead, going into turn 3. And then this amazing corner. Oh, MorzamanKing getting very close to Rossi, not his teammate, of course. Oh, and MorzamanKing might think about a dive down the inside. Oh, he backs off. Not the place you want to overtake when you're that far away. And now Sambamkid's right behind him. Now where is Fanis? Fanis is still in 5th. Something's happened to Grumpy. Grumpy must have been in the ultra softs, so they've only lasted 4 laps. I was just saying earlier. And Rossi's lost lots of ground to Josh. Oh, and Morzaman goes for a dive, and that was a pretty blatant cut of the corner, I think. And now, oh my god, they're going 3 wide. MorzamanKing, he'd cut the corner, but he paid the price. And now Sambamkid looking for a move on Rossi down the inside. Rossi turns in. Oh, and Rossi maintains 2nd, but Sambamkid's up to 3rd. He's on the podium. But 10 points is still not enough for him to win the championship. Fanis in 5th, and he's been watching all this, and he's just been creeping on them like a little spider. But all this has allowed Josh to get a huge advantage. He's nearly 3 seconds ahead. So Rossi pits from the ultra softs. Sambamkid continues, Morzaman does, Fanis as well. Nitrogash continues, he starts on the softs, as did Gamefreaker. So Gamefreaker, don't forget about Gamefreaker. He's on the long strategy, so he could play himself back into it later on. WarrenHague in 10th, Grumpy in 11th. I think he pitted from the ultra softs, that's why he dropped back. RDO 12th, Oogie in 13th. Well, after that incident with the McLaren of WarrenHague, he's got to be praying for a safety car now, because the championship is slipping away from him right now. Josh, look at Josh, the advantage now. 4 seconds to Sambamkid. And Sambamkid's got ahead of Morzaman somewhere. So now Sambamkid now has 12 points. Fanis in 4th. I don't know. I'm not sure Morzaman was on the super softs or the ultra softs. Lap 5, well, we'll find out. He's got DRS. There's a few twists and turns. Yep, so at the moment it's a 7-point advantage. But Fanis has 2 wins this season, so if Sambam finishes tied on with Fanis, and Fanis will win championship because he's won 2 races this season. So even if Sambam in his position would need to win the race. So Josh having an excellent race so far, took the lead from Rossi, hasn't looked back. And speaking of Rossi, he's come back in 21 seconds behind on the soft tyres. So he's kind of undercut these guys. Undercut is very powerful here. So Fanis in 4th, going steadily along, and Nitrogash has quietly started to catch up to the top 5. He's in obviously the best car for Formula Performance, so Fanis, well, he's going to be looking ahead at Morzaman, but he's going to be looking behind as well, that fast moving Mercedes. And don't forget, Nitrogash can still win the championship, but would need an extraordinary set of circumstances, as I discussed earlier. Now let's see if anyone gets DRS here. Nitrogash is a bit too far away. I think Fanis is a bit too far away in front. But he'll be going for a while yet. A bare minimum lap 10. And Sambamkid going slightly deep in that corner, but he gets a good traction out of the corner. So I don't think Morzaman says it's on the ultras, but I'm pretty sure he's on the super softs. So I'd ignore the purple tyres because I don't think he's on those. Now Fanis, although he's up against a superior car behind him, if he can keep a DRS range of Morzaman, that will help him on the straights. So he'll be able to use that toe for the extra speed. He's got to keep within DRS range of Morzaman. If he makes any mistakes, then Nitro is going to have fresher tyres at this point. So Josh up in front. So yeah, let's check that actually. And Morzaman pits, so maybe he was on the ultra softs. Well, did well to make them last 6 laps, so fair play to him. Now the interesting thing will be, and well, oh, Rossi is undercut. Oh, and look at this. He's challenging Spud, and he takes 6th, but Rossi is undercut Morzaman massively. He was only a second or so ahead of Rossi, but he's, well, Morzaman's ended up absolutely miles behind, so Rossi might be in position here to lead the race. So Josh will keep going. He is on the super softs, because I saw Lewis and Josh talking about it in the chat, so I'm pretty sure they're on the super softs. 6.3 seconds ahead of Sambamkid. And Nitrogash, oh, Nitrogash has got ahead of Fanis. Doesn't really change the title picture that much as it stands. Now Fanis will look for a move around the outside of Nitro. And there's Gamefreaker. Now he started on the softs. He won't be pitting for a while, but he's looking for the one-stop strategy, I would imagine. It's probably his only chance of winning the championship now. But yeah, he's quietly in there. But Rossi is showing really good pace. He's reduced the gap to 17 seconds to Josh. So at the moment, when Josh pits, Rossi will be in the lead of the race. The undercut is doing some really good things for Rossi. Started on the ultra softs, so he's going to have to pit again. Probably, well, the softs and the super softs are the compulsory tyre. You only have to use one of them. So those starting on the the super softs, sorry, get that out of the way. Those in the ultra softs have to use the softs or the super softs again. And of course they all have to use at least 2 different compounds. So Sam pits, and he pits for the softs, no surprise there. Ooh, and who's that? I think it's RDO. Oh, Sambamkid comes out. Did he come out ahead of RDO? Yes he did. That's crucial. I'll tell you what, Sambamkid has ended up a long way behind Rossi. Rossi has really massively undercut everybody, and he's taken another 2 seconds out of Josh's time. So I tell you what, he does have to pit again, but he's got, in terms of the strategy, he could have quite a big lead when everybody comes in. Oh, and Gamefreaker's got ahead of Fanis. So much going on, it's hard to keep up, but yeah, Gamefreaker gets ahead of one of his championship rivals. Now Gamefreaker is 7 points behind in the title race, same as Sambamkid. So I did say it earlier, don't count him out just yet. So Nitrogash is up to second. He started on the softs. So those who started on the softs done pretty well. But they are going to get undercut quite severely by the people who are going to be pitting ahead of him. Fanis comes into the pits. And MorzamanKing rapidly catching up to the back of WarrenHague. Grumpy in 8th. Sambamkid in 10th. And Rossi has reduced the gap to 13 points. I mean, Josh has really... He must be going for a long stint, maybe a one stop. Because at the moment it's getting undercut pretty severely. Now Gamefreaker closing to the back of... And look at this, Rossi is already caught up to Gamefreaker, who started on the softs, and Nitrogash. So those who haven't stopped ahead of him, I mean Rossi, superb pace. And now, here we go, MorzamanKing looking for a move on WarrenHague, who's yet to stop. Or he has stopped, sorry, for a new wing. WarrenHague goes very wide, easy move for MorzamanKing up to 5th. Grumpy in 7th. Fanis has come back out in 8th, but ahead of Sambamkid. Fanis got out ahead of Sambamkid. That could be crucial. So there'll be a little battle for the championship between those two later on. Now Josh carries on. Gamefreaker's up to 2nd. So Nitrogash in 3rd. And look at Rossi rapidly catching these two. And Josh pits. But I tell you what, Rossi is going to massively undercut Josh severely. They were very close to each other at the beginning of the race. But now Josh has got to put the hammer down and try and close the gap back to Rossi, otherwise this race is slipping from him. If there's no safety car for Oogie, I just can't see him getting back into this. So Nitrogash, a three-way battle for the lead. Rossi, it's got the much fresher soft tyres. So let's see then, riding on board of Rossi in the first DRS zone. Nitrogash, his wing opens, but I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever. Pulls out to the inside. And he brakes hard. Now he's under Gamefreaker again. There's going to be another DRS zone straight away. So Rossi, he'll be able to challenge maybe for another pass, but Gamefreaker gets a good exit. But Rossi playing it very nicely for the strategy at the moment, and it goes for a move on the outside. It's bold. Gamefreaker might just let him go for the good championship, and Rossi takes the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. 2 overtakes in the space of the 2 DRS zones. Superb job from Rossi. Josh is up to 4th. MorzamanKing's in 5th, Grumpy 6th, WarrenHague in 7th, and Fanis in 8th. So that swings the championship back into Fanis' grasp. Oh, and Gamefreaker sliding off the track a little bit, trying to keep up with Rossi. And Josh ended up 8.8 seconds behind after that pit stop. But he's on a different strategy, so they're all going to come. They may all come together at the end of the race. And now WarrenHague pitting again. He's only managed to get the softs to last on 10 laps. Sambamkid in 8th, and Fanis is getting away from him. So with that wing damage, Fanis is starting to pull away. He's got to cut into Gamefreaker's advantage. But don't forget, Gamefreaker and Nitrogash have not stopped yet. So it's kind of a calm period in the race, but the strategies really haven't played out. The Gamefreaker's going to have to stop. Now, let's see, is there any overtaking action going on? MorzamanKing in a secure 5th, Grumpy in 6th, Fanis in 7th. Sambamkid, crucially, is not able to catch Fanis. SirSpud in 9th. And now RDO Audio had I think he had a bit of an incident early on in the race, and Audio's chance of the winning championship, 11 points back in the table, starting to look a bit of remote. But he's going to challenge Spud for 9th place. Sorry, it's on the quicker tyres, but I don't know when he pitted for those. Yeah, thank you Renko for the updates. Trying to keep up with 8 potential title winners is a bit of a nightmare. This isn't something Crofty would have to deal with. Right, back to the front anyway. So Rossi continues to go on his merry way. Gamefreaker carries on for another lap. Actually gets in 3rd. Josh is beginning to close in on the back of the Mercedes. Fanis is now... Oh, and in the background, Sambamkid nearly losing it into from turn 20. Now Fanis is going to catch the back of Grumpy. From the top 2, he's having the better race of the 2 Sauber drivers. Grumpy getting a much better exit out of that turn to the end of sector 1. Puff of smoke from Grumpy's brakes. Both Ferrari powered, of course. So can Fanis close in on him? He's in DRS range and get a bit closer. Fanis has a few laps of fresher tyre, and look at the straight line speed of that Sauber. Sails past the Ferrari like it wasn't even there. So he must have a really good low wing setup. But he's going to be taken back here. Does Grumpy have DRS? But no, Fanis gets a superb exit. And well, Grumpy has no answer for that. Being on the right tyre at the right time is so important. But Rossi, running away with this a bit. Gamefreaker. Now, the crucial thing is now, Gamefreaker is going to be pitting in a few laps' time. Seems plain to me. He's probably going to go for the. Let's see if he pits now. Actually, might give us a clue. That he's going beyond laps. Yeah, it looks like he's going for a 1 stop here. So Fanis is up to 6th. Don't forget Gamefreaker. Gamefreaker and Nitro haven't pitted yet, and now Josh has caught the back. Final podium position. Wants to dispatch him quickly. Any chance he has of winning this race may depend on getting past. Nitrogash takes a slightly wider line, struggling a bit now with the tyre wear. He's been on those for 13 laps. I think Josh will make light work of this Mercedes. Nitro goes defensive, but there is really no use. Same engine, but fresher tyres, and Williams overpowers the Mercedes considerably there. I wonder if Nitro will maybe considered challenging back, but didn't get a great exit. Yeah, I think Josh is long gone. MorzamanKing in 5th, sorry. Fanis in 7th. Sambamkid now catching up to the back of Grumpy. He won't want to get stuck behind this Ferrari too long. Grumpy goes defensive. Oh, he leaves the cap open, and Sambamkid takes 7th. Nicely done. Not to say we haven't seen a lot of overtaking in this race, we've seen plenty of it. And now Rossi. Rossi still leads. It's extended the gap to 5.2. It's around 12. It's about 12-second gap between Gamefreaker and Fanis. So Gamefreaker may be thinking about pitting soon. But there's no question in my mind that he's going for a 1 stop now. He's going to be on the super softs to end the race. And now he's got a bit of a problem. He's got Josh catching him up, and he doesn't want to battle him too hard because this will slow him down. But if Gamefreaker has overtaken, Fanis will retake the lead of the championship as it stands. And given the fresher tyres Josh is on and the superior car, I don't think there's much point Gamefreaker fighting it at all. He's going to be playing the long game, the one-stop strategy, so he may come back into play later on. And Josh breezes by into second. MorzamanKing in fourth, Vanis in fifth. You can tell from the body language of Gamefreaker, I don't think he's going to think about challenging Josh for this position, because he doesn't want to risk a collision. Any sort of collision is could mess up his race completely. I will check penalties, just not yet. I just want to see when the final strategy is sort of settling itself down. I'll go for it. So as it stands, Vanis is winning the championship. I have to thank Remco for the stat updates. I have a sort of screen in front of me as well, so I can work out that, but it's good for the feed. So the lead between the top two, it's around 6 seconds, so that's what that's the difference the undercut made for Rossi. The Gamefreaker falling back. And Gamefreaker is losing a lot of time, so to make the one-stop work, you've got to keep a consistent pace at this track. But if you lose too much time, even on the super softs, you may not be able to get it back, because I think the likes of Vanis will be stopping again, but they'll probably put on another pair of ultra softs to finish the race. So let's go down the field then. Dawson second, Gamefreaker starting on the soft tyres. 8 seconds back now. MorzamanKing being caught by Vanis slowly. Sambamkid, as we saw, got past Grumpy. Nitrogash in 8th. SirSpud, 2 Mercedes having a decent race. WarrenHague is on the ultra softs, so he will be stopping again. And Oogie running around in 11th. So it looks like at the moment, without a safety car, Oogie and RDO are definitely out of this title race. Got 11 cars running at the moment. Fraggle retired before the race, he was feeling ill, and we saw Tuszmusz crash out in sector 1. So not a lot of battles going on at the moment. But I think we may be about to get one, because Vanis is closing in on MorzamanKing. That might allow Sambamkid to close in, but at the moment Sambamkid's not doing enough to win the championship, because two of his rivals are ahead of him. Grumpy's steadily going on 7th. Right, I just want to see if Gamefreaker pits. So this is for the super softs. We'll see where he ends up. Yep, super soft tyres go on, and Grumpy's coming in for super softs as well. Well, I would imagine it is. Another pair of softs, so he's looking to finish the race from there. So where did Gamefreaker end up? Gamefreaker ended up in 7th. He's got the Mercedes of Nitrogash ahead of him. He's on the super softs as well. And don't forget, Nitrogash only pitted recently, so that could be a problem for Gamefreaker. Nitrogash has fresh tyres as well, so if he gets stuck behind that Mercedes for too long. Oh, now WarrenHague has closed in onto the back of Spud. He's got the better tyres. So this could be a simple overtake, but Mercedes ahead of him has pretty good straight line speed, as we know. Now WarrenHague gets a better exit. Spud, I don't think he'll go too defensive. He knows he's got the inferior tyres. McLaren versus Mercedes, something you wouldn't see in real life Formula 1 at the moment. Oh, and I think there was a bit of contact. Oh, he goes over the curb and that slows him down, but he gets away with it. So where is Gamefreaker? Gamefreaker now getting into the dirty air. Rossi pits for another pair of softs. So I think Rossi's trying to undercut them again. Although there was a safety car right now. surprised Rossi didn't go longer. Oh, and well, Rossi has managed to come out right behind Fanis, so his pace has been absolutely excellent. If there's no safety car, he's going to have fresh rubber, and I think everybody ahead of him is going to be pitting, so I think everybody around him is going to pit again. So Rossi is in a great position to win this race. He's already got DRS on Fanis, so I don't think he's going to be close enough here for a move. But I'm sure Fanis, with his experience, will probably know he doesn't want to fight him too hard. So Josh up on the road, but yeah, 40. I mean, unless Josh doesn't pit again, Rossi looks like very likely to win this race. And yeah, doesn't want to fight him too hard. Rossi just lets Rossi go, which is the smart thing to do. And look at Gamefreaker, he's already got ahead of Nitro. So I wonder if any of the people up front are going to be thinking about maybe taking it out. Look at Morzaman under pressure from the other Force India. Nice. And Rossi dives down turn 1, got a much better exit. Oh, now two Force Indias having a little battle here. Oh, Morzaman gets a better exit out of 3 and 4, and he... Oh, and Rossi hits the back of him. Oh, did he damage his wing, I wonder? Fanis doesn't want to get caught up in this, but he's going to be losing time. Well, that could have been a horrendous accident. Fair play to Morzaman fighting back on the older tyres. Might actually give Josh a bit of breathing space. Gap's back up to 15. Gamefreaker's going to be pushing hard, and he's now catching up rapidly to Fanis. Nitrogash in 6th, WarrenHague SirSpud in 8th, Grumpy in 9th. Oh, he's under attack from Sambamkid. He may have got his wing fixed, which would explain why he's so far behind. Breezes past 9th. So now, final part of the race. Josh in first, Rossi 2nd, Morzaman 3rd, Fanis 4th. And Gamefreaker in 5th, but he's closing rapidly to Fanis on the super softs. But pushing so hard, is he going to actually be able to get those to the end? He should be able to for the one stop. He's got to be careful, doesn't want to go too mad. Fanis going to try and nurse these to the end. We'll find out. Gamefreaker is doing everything he can. But Nitrogash is still there. Hasn't been able to get away with him. Not surprising. Mercedes is a very good car. At the moment, Fanis is winning the championship. Lap 19. I'm going to check penalties to the next lap. I'm only going to check the championship contenders. Oh, Audio retires. Oh, now I wonder. Will the dice roll a different direction? The Audio should not leave the session. I've told him not to because he is the host. But Audio is out of the race, which means he cannot win the championship. So that's another title challenger out of the race. Gamefreaker using every bit of curb, but now he's right to the back of Fanis now. But even if they swap places, it's not going to be enough for Gamefreaker. He needs a few more places in this. Josh may be looking for the Ultra Softs to end the race. Rossi's in the prime seat for the race victory. MorzamanKing being caught by Fanis, but Gamefreaker is the man on the march. Morzaman pits. Banner stays out. Gamefreaker will practically have a pit stop. Oh, and WarrenHague now battling Sambamkid. Sambamkid's battling hard here for 7th place. Sambamkid's going to be on the fresher super soft tyres. We saw WarrenHague pit for those ultra softs a while ago. Oh, why did I? And now the two battling. Don't know why I moved. Sambamkid seeing his championship chances slipping away, losing all this time behind WarrenHague. But what's going on between Gamefreaker now, challenging for 3rd place, gets ahead of his championship rival, and he does with ease. But it's not enough for Gamefreaker. It's only another 2 points up on Fanis. It's not enough. Back to Sambamkid, who's got past WarrenHague. Onto the first DRS. It's a bit of a freeway battle going here. Grumpy on fresher tyres. I think WarrenHague will be pitting again soon. I don't think he'll be able to get those to the end. MrGrumpy in 9th. No chance of Morzaman winning the championship. Oogi's in 11th. Well, that early race incident, no safety car. It's a sad end for his title challenge as it stands. So, lap 20, let's have a look at the penalties. Josh. Warnings. Rossi. Oh, Rossi has a ton of penalties. Look at that. He's got at least 9, maybe 12 seconds of penalties. Gamefreaker, 1 warning. Fanis, 1 warning. Nitrogash, no warning. Oh, 1 warning. Sambamkid has a 3-second penalty. So Gamefreaker and Fanis don't have any penalties whatsoever. Rossi, good God. I mean, he'll probably, if their corner cut penalty of 12 seconds, he might maybe had a collision one. That could have been a 2-second penalty. But either way, it's not so certain. For him to get that far ahead of Josh by the end, that's going to be a tall order. And Fanis has pitted. Ultra softs. No, super softs. He's in 8th place. He's going to have to charge to win this championship now. Gamefreaker is scoring 10 points. Fanis is scoring 3. So it's a 7-point difference. Fanis will still win the championship on callback because he's won 2 races. Don't forget that, people. It's a 7-point difference. The Gamefreaker has to gain another place and finish on these tyres. So Gamefreaker is winning the championship as it stands. I do apologise, I was thinking of the real score system. So oh, it's so close. So Rossi, if he gets any more penalties, he's 11 seconds ahead. Now 17 seconds behind the lead. But don't forget, Gamefreaker's tyres are going to wear down quicker than Rossi's because he went for the double soft tyre strategy. But Josh, I swear Josh has only made 1 pit stop. Yeah, he has. Yeah, so Josh was definitely on the super softs. He managed 8 laps and then he's done the rest of the stint. So Grumpy's left the session. Did he retire? Let's have a look. No, hang on. Grumpy, pretty sure he didn't. God, Grumpy's got a lot of penalties. Anyway, it's all down to Fanis now. Fanis is on fresh rubber. He's got to now put the hammer down. And up ahead of him is MorzamanKing. And Grumpy, who's just left the session. So if Fanis can get past those two, he'll be back in the box seat to win the Formula Performance Championship. But it's going down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Josh in first, Rossi in second. He's got all those penalties. So Gamefreaker, if he can get close enough within those 12 seconds we believe he's got penalties at least, then it could win him the title. Nitrogash in 4th. So Grumpy has rejoined, hasn't taken back control of his car yet, by the looks of it. And Grumpy's left again, so yeah, he's got problems. So Banners moves up to 7th. So it all hinges down now to this. Grumpy has to get set. Oh, and now Josh has pitted. Rossi takes the lead. So Josh makes a very late pit stop for the Ultra Softs, as I suspected he might. And he's right behind Gamefreaker. Gamefreaker's going to have to defend for his life in the Renault car, but he's up against a fresh rubber of those Ultra Softs. And all of a sudden, Rossi looked really good for the race win with those penalties. And now Josh didn't have any penalties. He's got a chance. Gamefreaker goes defensive desperately. But I don't think he's going to have anything to fight. The straight line speed of the Williams, the fresh rubber, is too much. Gamefreaker locks up. And now it twists back again. Sambamkid's up to 4th. Don't count him out. But he needs more points. And Fanos is back up to 6th. Fanos is back up to 6th. And now he's chasing Morzaman. I don't think Grumpy managed to get back into the game. No, he didn't. Nitrogash in 8th. Hague in 9th. Well, Oogie's in 11th. Sadly, his title challenge is gone. It's such a shame for him. Grumpy tried to join back in. Gamefreaker, Sambamkid, now MorzamanKing. If Fanos gets past, can he get past Morzaman? Because I believe that would seal him the title without a shadow of a doubt. So Rossi, he will definitely finish on those softs, but the penalties could twist it either way. I think Grumpy, I don't think he'll be able to get back into the game, sadly. Josh is only 10 seconds behind. We've got 5 laps to go. Grumpy, Sambamkid has dropped. Ooh. Where's Gamefreaker? Gamefreaker's pitted for Ultra Softs. It's a desperate last move, but he couldn't make those Super Softs last, so now Fanos is in the box seat to win the championship. He pushed them too hard. He pushed the Super Softs too hard. And now Fanos has one hand on the trophy, you would think. But Sambamkid, even with the penalties, he's too far back from Rossi. Sambamkid is now ahead of Gamefreaker in the table, but he hasn't got enough points. He's got 10 points, but Fanos in 5th is doing enough. And now Fanos, it could all come down to this. If Fanos can get past Morzaman, then it won't matter if Gamefreaker gets past him. It's on fresh Super Soft, so both these guys will finish. I don't know about Morzaman, I don't know when he pitted. So Rossi leads, Josh second, Sambamkid 22 seconds behind, MorzamanKing. I believe he pitted quite a few laps before these guys, and Josh sets the fast lap at 1:42. And now Fanos, Gamefreaker, 2 of the title contenders, right behind MorzamanKing. MorzamanKing could have won the title today with extraordinary circumstances, but he's a non-factor now, because he had to win the race and hope everybody else crashed. Highly unlikely, I know. But now Fanos challenging for 4th. Look at Gamefreaker. Any slight of contact between these two could hand the championship to Sambamkid, who's up ahead of them on the road. Oh, please change the view. Oh, and Fanos runs wide. And now Gamefreaker will challenge, but both of these guys will get DRS. So let's go, let's join now. Right, riding on the back of Gamefreaker, Fanos will get DRS on Morzaman, who's got a better exit than both of them. Well, not sure his wing opened, to be honest. No, he wasn't close enough. But you'll be close enough for this DRS. Yep, he'll get DRS this time, and now Fanis shaving up for a move from Morzaman. He's going defensive from behind. He's having to think about so much. Lap 25, we've got 4 to go, including this one. Morzaman is holding these guys up now. I think his tyres are starting to go. The 2 guys behind him, all fresh rubber. Sambamkid falling further back, pitted quite around the same time as Morzaman for his tyres. Fanis doesn't want to go for a risky dive here, doesn't need to. Josh sets the fast lap again. He's got amazing pace right now, and he's doing enough to win the race because he's only 7 seconds behind Rossi now. He could even catch him by the end. Now Fanis goes round the corner. He's 3 laps away from winning the and oh, I just saw Sambamkid ahead. He is slowing down. Oh, and look at the gamer looking for a move down turn 1. And we'll check on them. Sambamkid's still third, but I did see him slowing down ahead. I think he's losing the life on those tyres. And Fanis goes wide again. This is so tense. But Fanis is keeping Gamefreaker behind him. And now there's a Mercedes catching them. There's Sambamkid just sort of flash by. Fanis now. It's in DRS range. He's got to get that strike because I think Gamefreaker may be thinking about challenging him. The DRS is making the difference. Their wing setups look like they're identical. MorzamanKing with that superior speed of the Force India just keeping ahead of both of them. The 2 Belgians who won the Constructors' Championship before this race even began because of Dano's ban, now fighting it out for the championship. Now Fanis just can't get close enough because of that speed of the Force India, and he nearly runs wide. Oh, now Gamefreaker going for a dive around the outside. Gamefreaker, he's done it! He's done it! Gamefreaker gets past him around the outside. What a move! How's that one in the championship? I don't think it has, as it stands. But that was a sensational move. Last gasp. But I don't think that's enough for him still. That 26. Rossi still wins. But Sambamkid is not close enough, I believe, with Rossi's penalties to win the championship. But now Gamefreaker has to get past Morzaman. And there's a Mercedes catching up. The Merca's coming around. So Gamefreaker's getting 6 points. Fanis 5. So Gamefreaker's not doing enough. I think he needs to get on the podium realistically. And Gamefreaker dives down the inside at the hairpin. Oh, and Fanis is going to get past him as well. He'll get DRS, I don't think. Oh, Morzaman, I don't think he'll get DRS, but he's got the superior straight line speed. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? Fanis is still okay, I believe. Oh, and Gamefreaker's spun! Gamefreaker lost it, and MorzamanKing's hit each other. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Gamefreaker lost it on the curbs and hit Morzaman. Oh, and that's turned it. Nitrogash challenging. Whoa, that was dramatic. I couldn't believe I've seen that. Fanis is now in position to win the championship. Josh is second. Rossi's still winning the race. It's a final. They've started the final lap. Sambamkid third, Fanis fourth. Fanis is going to win the championship as it stands. He's on 8 points. Sambamkid on 10. I don't know what happened to Gamefreaker in the end. He's kept going. Did he lose part of his wing? I'm surprised he didn't, to be fair. So final lap. Fanis just has to finish. Doesn't matter now. He can even afford, I believe, to let. Yeah. Well, if the penalties are the same as they are earlier, Rossi will win this race. I'm not going to check now, but Rossi had a lot of penalties as we saw earlier. He had 12 seconds at least, possibly. So Josh, he didn't have any penalties earlier, so assuming he didn't get a ton in recent laps, he's going to win this race. Sambamkid third. Fanis passing a car. Oh, it's an AR car. Nitrogash gets a poor exit Is he going to be able to challenge? No, he's out of DRS range. MorzamanKing 6th, Gamefreaker 7th. And Oogi's made his way back into the points, but unfortunately he's seen it slip away. So Rossi comes round the final corner. Final corner's turn 20. And he's going to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I do believe Josh is going to take it. Let's see if he does. He does with the penalties. So Josh has won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And Fanis, Sambamkid is up ahead of him. So Sambamkid rounds the final corner and he's, well, let's see where he finishes. He finishes 3rd, and I do believe, let's see if I can get him. Come on, switch car. Oh shit. Fanis has crossed the line. But Fanis has won the Formula Performance Championship Season 2 F1 2016. What a dramatic finale that was. Spud will finish 9th, and here is Oogie. A penny for his thoughts. He led the championship for so many rounds, but then he had that incident and there was no safety car, and that was it. And that is the end of the race. Let me catch my breath for a second there. So Josh wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix thanks to the penalties. 15 seconds of penalties for Rossi, so I don't know what happened there with him, just pushed too hard I guess. Sambamkid on the podium, Fanis 4th, takes the championship. Nitrogash 5th, Gamefreaker fought so hard but something must have happened that caused that spin, just lost it and hit MorzamanKing, finished 7th. WarrenHague finished in 8th, and then Oogie finished 9th in the end with penalties, so he did get 2 points. But sadly not enough for the championship. Grumpy retired, and we saw Ardio and Tuszmusz retire as well. So that is the end of what a very dramatic season finale.